Yo, what's good, YouTube? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy LeBron, female rapper Lee. I am back with another video. Yo, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video also. You know what I'm saying? I was literally just sitting here like, yo, I was sitting here like looking at my phone, going through my emails and shit, right? First I looked up, it was 9:13, and then I just looked up, it was 9:21. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, let me just go live. So, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Tamara? What's up, Yanira? Is it Yanira? Yanira? Marie Jose? What's up, Holiday? Amari? Yo, so I was thinking today, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all of the talk going on, and Nicki was on Twitter talking about, like, hiring Barbs and shit. I was just like, just trying to brainstorm. Do I think that would be a good idea? So, of course, I think it'll be a good idea to employ anyone is an amazing idea. I would just hope that there will be certain rules in place and like just to make sure that no fuck shit happens. Because real talk, you gotta address everything like from a full circle to at least try to understand it to see if it makes sense, right? And you'll understand what I'm saying. So, listen. Also, I wanted to bring up a conversation about like this whole red flag shit. Let me tell you something. A lot of this shit that these people be doing is nothing new to a nigga like me. When I tell you red flags is the key to life, I'm telling you, it saves your life. And yo, and I feel like this. I feel like more so women, I feel like women and men, like we're two different beings and we pay attention to things differently, right? I look at red flags in every little thing. Now I'm gonna tell you a story about some shit that happened to me really quick and just let you know the red flag I seen in it and how I got myself out of the situation, right? So listen. So I remember when I first moved here to Texas, you know how I moved here, I was in a relationship, broke up, got my own apartment. Then we tried to see if we was going to do it again, broke up again. I mean, like, moved on or whatever, right? So at the point when I was moving on, one of my homeboys was a barber, right? But I didn't really know him like that. I just kind of knew him from getting my hair cut. And I'm a frequent getting my hair cut. I get my hair cut like every week, right? I get a lineup every week and I'll get a full haircut every 2 weeks, right? So listen, right? So I was telling him like, yo, I'm looking for a place or whatever, right? So he's telling me he lived in this community where I lived at before. He was like, yo, bro, I already got an apartment. He was like, yo, my lease is up in March. Just come and rock from September to March, whatever, right? Cool. His rent was $1,400. To me, paying $700, I was like, I'll do it because I know that wherever I'm going, I'm gonna have to pay $1,000 or whatever. Because based on where I like to live at, I know the rent is gonna be at least $1,000, $1,100 a month. I know it off top. Plus, you know what I'm saying? So he was just like 700. I was like, cool. All right. So listen, I moved in September 1st. September 1st, right? I moved in. So you know how you get to know a person, and I play it real low key because this is the first time I had a roommate, and I was just like, you know what? I want to be one of those roommates that's out of sight, out of mind. I don't really want to be in, whatever. I would go to work, come back, be in my room, smoking my weed. This nigga will always want to talk. Yo, come out, like, want to chat. I'm not one of those people like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I grew up with big family and shit. Honestly, when I moved here to Texas, like being alone and being on my own, it's kind of like refreshing, but I do miss my family. But I felt like I grew up in that knot. So it's like, I love my space. I love having a 2-bedroom apartment, being able to put my shit in one room or the other room and go from room to room and just do whatever the fuck I want to do. I love that shit. But so listen, I'm being a roommate with this kid, right? And I tell you, in October, we sitting out there smoking a blunt, right? And it had been a few things that had happened that turned me off or whatever. It was the constant wanting to, like, listen, engaging is cool, but it was just like, I felt like he was like a weed hog. Like he was trying to smoke my weed up all the time and he didn't want to like pitch in. And I just, to the point where I was just like, yo, bro, I'm smoking in the room tonight. And I would let him know that, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm on the phone. Nah, nigga, we not smoking every night. You got to set limits and boundaries with people. Don't try to call me out to the dance floor every night. You don't want to spend no money on no weed and you want to call me out to the dance floor because you want to smoke my shit up. No. When I'm friendly, I'll do that, right? So listen, we had this conversation. So I moved in September In the middle of October, we had this conversation where we was just sitting there smoking weed, right? Now, first and foremost, it was false advertisement because he told me he wasn't even going to be at the apartment like that because he had two kids and his baby mother was just about to have another child. She lives in a house somewhere in the area around the corner, right? He was like, bro, I ain't even going to be there like that. So you really going to have the crib to yourself. I'm just going to pay the rent. He's a barber. I know he make good money, but listen, then the shit just started to unravel. Your baby mother, yo, me and him, it was almost like we was having like therapy sessions. Cause I used to tell him like, bro, I'm like, you sitting here in this apartment with me and your child mother has 3 babies. I said, nigga, why you not over there? I said, you don't understand. I said, yeah, your baby mother mad right now. She probably going through everything. I said, do you realize she has 3 of the kids right now? I said, you don't think she going through postpartum? My nigga, I'm telling you, I'm not these fake motherfuckers. And this is why sometimes, like I'm telling you, I could give you a little bit without going into it. But sometimes I have issues with like certain family members because they'll be like, you think you all that or you think you whatever, because I'm telling you and keeping it real. One thing that's hard with black men is that sometimes I feel like we don't keep it real with each other. And I've always had issues with people because I will always, because especially to the ones that I love, I feel like I have to confront you on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be offended, but just be able to receive and take it. So I didn't understand how this man was sitting up there. You advertised to me that you wasn't going to be there every day, but then your baby mother just had your 3rd child. You here telling me about this shit. And what sealed the deal that got my black ass out, when I tell you I look at red flags, you might think that this is overreacting, but this was enough to get a nigga like me out. I don't fuck with phony, fake, weirdo type people. Let me tell you what he did. We smoking the weed and shit like that, right? Mind you, in September, the same month I moved in, that was the On the Run tour. And my cousin came here from Atlanta, and she was staying at my apartment too. And she was like, "Your roommate is imagine." And mind you, we had 2 bathrooms. This nigga burnt up the face of the fucking stove because he stayed up high one night, and like, I mean, he fell asleep one night. This is before I moved in. The whole face of the microwave is fucked up, so his bathroom was fucked up. So he was trying to use my shit, but he wasn't cleanly. Listen, you know when you have your own bathroom and you could, say your shit ain't tip top, you know that you could deal with your own shit. But when somebody else is using your bathroom, no. And then you not clean on top of that either, my nigga. No, my cousin already noticed that shit when she came from the underworld. She was like, this nigga peed on the toilet seat. Yo, listen, it was just so many little things. But when I tell you what sealed the deal that got me out of there, this is what sealed the deal. We were sitting there talking. He was like, yeah, bro, because, my baby moms, this is right after, like, I just told this nigga, like, why you ain't over there? Like, why you not with your baby mom? She got all 3 of the kids on her own right now. What? And he was like, bro, she's so angry all the time. This sealed the deal. He was like, bro, like real shit, real talk. He was like, I've been with my baby mom's 11 years. He got 2 children. 2 children were the 2 that were alive, the 2 that were born at the time. I think one was 8 and one was 6. And another one was about to be born. So he knew this woman over 10 years. This is somebody that you know over 10 years. And I'm someone who you just kind of met, right? This nigga told me, he said, bro, tell me why one night we was about to go to Disney World. So it was me. He was like, we went over to my baby mom's sister house, right? I'm pretty sure you already know where this is going to go. We was all about to go to Disney World the next day. So, the kids and stuff will sleep upstairs with my baby mom. Tell me why I went downstairs and fucked her sister. He fucked his baby mother's biological sister on the fucking couch. And he said that they was fucking for months after that. You know what LaRon processed that as mentally? If you did that to her and you knew her for 10 years, what would you do for me? On top of the little things I noticed, you stole my broom out of my room. You stole that shit from behind my door. You was doing little funny shit. I remember Simply had a sale on juices. And even though, those juices is like 64 ounces, I bought like 4 from HEB. I'm like, bro, they was on sale. I was like, help yourself. We got cups and all of that. This nigga start taking bottles in his room and all of that. It started making me think of some shit that I went through with like some family members. And I'm telling you, it was those little things like, wanting to smoke all the time and taking the juice and shit. That was pissing me off and making me think like I might not make it till March. When that man told me that story that he fucked his baby mother's sister for months and he fucked her right before they went to Disney World or whatever, my nigga, red flags went off in my mind automatically. This shit always happens to me. I'm telling you, I've been paying attention. This is why I believe that people walk into shit. I want to tell you some shit. I brought my niece. My niece came from New York to Houston, and one of the first things we did when she came here is because she's 14. She's now taking the bus to school in New York. And you know what I did as an uncle? I brought her to a self-defense course. And you know what it was? They were saying so many things that I pay attention to. I'm going to tell you some real shit that happened to my brothers just because they don't look for the red flags and shit like that, right? Little boy, you could call it pussy, you could call me mentally aware, you could say whatever the fuck. So listen, one of the things they taught my niece was like self-defense is not always physical. Self-defense is when you're a young woman and you walking down the street, you see guys on the side of the street. You know, self-defense is you taking your body and walking across. Not only are you trying to separate yourself, but you letting them know that you don't want to be. So then if they come at you, it's like then you got to take it to the next level. When I tell you when I was younger, right, me and my brothers, my father called us and was like, come to the house, right? My brothers, for some reason, they like to be mixed up at this arcade that was up the street from our house. We was enthralled with this arcade because we lived up the street from an arcade. We always wanted to go there, and my mother wouldn't let us go there because they sold drugs out of there, right? So my father said, come down to the house. He called us after school. So we go up the boulevard. We walking up the street to go to the house. What does LaRon do? I stay on the left side with the Caribbean store because all these niggas is outside in front of the store, and they ain't even school age kids like us. My brothers walking through that shit, being nosy as fuck as little boys, going through the dice game, and these niggas ended up, some older niggas end up punching them in the face, like punching my brothers and doing some shit like that. When I tell you my father had us walking the streets of Albany for fucking days trying to find niggas, my father was crazy. Like, yo, but I tell you to say that didn't happen to me because I was on the right side of, I was on the left side of the street. I wasn't walking, and that's not pussy. And that's the thing sometimes with men, they put it in a mind that they be like, yo, if I do this, it's pussy or for whatever. Nah, nigga. Listen, in New York, you got to have that shit down like a mentality in your mind. Like you be walking down the street, like say I'm walking down the boulevard and I hit Clinton Ave, and you see from afar that there's mad people on the steps and it's people that you don't even know. I'm making the conscious decision to walk on the left side of the street. Now, if I know somebody over there, I'm going to cross and I'm going to go over. But so many times people don't even pay attention to small little things that would keep you outside of shit. Small little things. I'm telling you. When we was walking that day, I seen it was mad niggas. And you know what? We was all elementary kids. It was like middle school and high school kids out there, like not even our age. My brothers, they want to get mixed up because it's the arcade and they see all these niggas doing dice outside. They got nosy, and you know these older boys is looking at these like, what the fuck you? And a tussle. Next thing I know, now listen, LaRon ain't even know because by that point, I think I had hit 1st or 2nd Street, and I turned around and I see these niggas coming. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm the younger brother. I was oblivious because I was across the street. I promise you. I don't play that shit. Even now, when you gotta pay attention, it's not about being pussy. It's about paying attention to shit. So when that guy told me in that course, when he was teaching my niece about, self-defense, he was like, self-defense is about seeing shit ahead of time and being proactive, not reactive. Yeah, nigga. You could think I'm pussy because I'm crossing the street, at that young age. I don't walk now, but I'm just saying, you could think that. You might think that, but you have to do things to let people know you're aware, like, yeah, I ain't feeling the energy. Let me cross over right here. Let me go back over. And then if they follow you when you cross over, it's about to be on at that point. you already know. If you see me crossing, stay the fuck away from me. But enough people just be scared. They be like, you know what? Let me just keep walking. Nah, fuck that. So anyway, I'm telling you, the reason why I brought that story up is because I paid attention to, because at that point with that guy, if you fucked your baby mother's sister and you was with her for over 10 years, you gave her 3 babies, you promoted to me that you wasn't even going to be at this apartment like that. Hey, bro, just come and stay. Baby mother just having a 3rd baby. Number one, that shows a that's a piss poor man in you. You got a whole apartment over here and your baby mom she just had a newborn. You still nutting in her and you over here bringing all types up in here. Then you told me you fucked her sister. It's over. It's over. I ain't never made a nigga like that who told me that they fucked their sister. And that shit probably happened, but they ain't tell me. That shit, when you told me some shit like that, nah, And the fucked up part about it was, I couldn't even find a place quick enough for November 1st. So I ended up, let me tell you how bad I wanted to get out of there. Let me tell you how bad a nigga, and I'm going to do you right. Because when November 1st came, I didn't even have my apartment, so I paid my rent there. It was a $700 plus the electricity, so it was almost $800. I moved by November 1st came, I paid him that money, it was like $800. By November 8th, my nigga, I was out of that shit. Paid a whole nother month rent somewhere else just because I'm telling you, when I want to go, when I don't feel some shit based off of how I feel with a person, I'm out. I'm out. Out. I'm out. Real talk. So you gotta let me just see. Sometimes people don't get any chance to pick any battle. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, like, I've always been paying attention to red flags with people with behavior too, right? So listen, let's talk about and let's get into like this shit with Nicki with hiring fans and stuff, right? Now, I love I love people's energy who was speaking to Nicki and shit like that. But I think one of the kids, he was just like, yo, he was like, you was been poster. See, I don't like energy like that. I don't like people who feel like they deserve something or they supposed to get something, right? And I feel like this low key, I feel like a lot of people look at Arrogant Tay and they kind of probably jealous of him because he gets that, you know, up close and personal with Nicki, but he literally provides a service for her that he brings, I feel like he brings the best out of her hair. So he's in a very fortunate position. So it's just like, what I honestly think is like, yeah, Nicki needs a shopper. She needs like, you know, people who could, you know, introduce different looks and stuff like that. But what I would love the most is that if she picks certain people for like different ideas. Like she don't need help with music, but I'm just saying like you shooting a music video. What about getting, you know, feedback from fans or like what do they think about it or having certain people in on certain exclusive things? You know what I'm saying? I think that would be dope because I'll tell you this. I said this shit before. I fucking love Regretting Your Tears, but I be feeling like sometimes that Nicki be so big and she have people on her team who like, you know, they like, okay, we could do this. Regretting Your Tears is so good, but I felt like the video could have benefited more from more of just a realer approach. The video was beautifully shot, but I felt like if it was more regular and it was more like a realer approach, I felt like it would have like resonated better with people. I feel like that. So, you know, maybe like people who have like a open forum type shit, like something like that. I feel like that would be dope. And, you know, fill people in for certain things. Because I honestly believe somebody even asking her about an album every day, that would be annoying. It would be too much. Like, I don't think that she should involve the fans with her music because whatever she's been doing with her music has been dope. You know, keep that between your producers and shit like that. But I think when it comes to like, okay, like, you know, say she about to come out with, like, say when she came out with Chun-Li, what if she had like some quick, like, what's that shit called when they have like a, I love that song. All artists utilize their fans. That would be dope if she could put fans. Nicki should not hire Barbs. See, Sean. See, and I ain't want to be rude. That's why I said at first I was like, I think it would be dope to employ anyone, but I think people would get really territorial. It could get really messy. I felt like. With me, I would love it because me personally, I'm telling you, every time I hear a song, I always think of the music video. I don't know what it was, but right, I want you to imagine this in your mind. Think of Ashanti Foolish, and you know how people do odes, and you know if somebody steal that shit, you know that they heard that shit here. But think of Ashanti Foolish, and think of Regretting Your Tears. I feel like if that music video was just played out a little more realer, I feel like it was shot beautifully, but it was too much. It was too much. I felt like it needed like the girl, and it had the, you know, the modelist guy in there, and she was looking beautiful with the Nicki looked amazing in the video, but I felt like if it was a more like sometimes I feel like when you get so big, you forget about those regular things that people, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I can't explain it to you, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Nicki don't need no yes man. Regretting Your Tears is definitely underrated. It's underrated, but I felt like the video could have pulled more people in if it was just a little different. Like that whole drop down, it was no type of like, you know what I'm saying? She should have just been celebrating going out to the club. This nigga sped off on you in the car in the first verse. You was on the second verse dropping it down like Selena and all of that, and I ain't see none of it in the video. Like I wanted to see something. It would have been so dope to see that, like, and I think that's what's needed in her cipher, like different ideas and stuff like that. Whatever she's been doing with her music has been working. I just think that she need in her cipher people who gonna like throw different ideas with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody who got connections with beats. Like, say, you know, a dope ass like producer or something like that, and you just suggest stuff to her, not like, you know, inundate her email with beats, but just like, you know, suggesting just people, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? Regret it. Wait, let's see. I want someone on Nicki's team to help her music videos and help her with branding because her team be doing her dirty sometimes. Yeah. See, I would have said, see, the whole Ashanti Foolish, I'm telling you, I would have loved if she would have did like an ode to that, because people, let me tell you something that was genius about Ashanti Foolish. Not only was the song dope, but the video sold it, and people loved the fucking video. They love the video. Now we just into the days where people are just shooting pretty videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I just feel like. It's just all about the look, but it's less about the story of it. Like, and I miss that. Like, when it just was, because that video, people wanted to see that shit. Yeah. Somebody said, I love Kim to death, but she needs a new writer. Let's see. Just once, do something from. Oh yeah. Aquarius. Can we get another music session tonight, Lauren? I really enjoyed the late night show last night. Yeah, I might come on later and do it. It depends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think it would be dope though if she hires someone, but definitely have you know, certain things in place so that boundaries aren't crossed and people don't feel like, you know, because what is it behind all of it? It's like, say you are a personal shopper for Nicki, but say she set you up, because you got to think, you shopping for Nicki Minaj. You got to have a little budget shopping with Nicki. So what's she going to do? They going to throw you like a company credit card with maybe at first like a 10, 15,000 limit. See how you handle it. See what you do. Because you got to be put on a limit. And also, what is the thing? Can anybody comment on this? What does a personal shopper do? Does a personal shopper spend their own money, or do they kind of work with the company and kind of bring thoughts and they bring things together, and then whatever you don't like, you bring it back? Like, how does that work? Does anybody know? I really want to see the looks in the video. I really want to see the looks and videos of this new era. Yeah. I wish Nicki just took in this new era. I wish, what I would really love, right? And it'd probably be so hard because she probably already started writing or whatever. But I hope that it would tell a story of the way that people were trying to treat her or some shit. I wish that she could do that in some sort of way. Like, I wish that she could do that. Like, I wish she could do, like, you know how she did the what was that? You know how she did that shit on the glass ceiling on Chun-Li? I wish she could do that with something with like maybe like this, I don't know, like maybe in a whole tank of water. I wish she could just do some crazy shit for her new album. I don't like saying a lot of shit because people really do be stealing, and it don't just be Nicki fans listening to this channel. So yeah. So I don't know, but I love music videos. Every time when a music video comes out, like with Doja Cat Streets, when the way I was thinking in that song, I felt like the video did kind of match how I felt about it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it really did. A lot of videos that I see make me feel that way. But let's see. Fuck no, BTB. They work with the company. Nicki been looking the fuck good. I wish Nicki would stop doing these lives and interview people on Queen Radio with the visual. Remember she said that was gonna she said she was gonna have a home for Queen Radio. Let's see. I really want to see the looks of the new era. Black T Blog would be a dope social media manager for her. She's very smart and picks up on things. See, but I think Nicki probably don't want to deal with certain people. Like, if you notice, when I listened to her on her live, she was like, are you messy? You're not going to be gossiping. I feel like this. I feel like every fan of Nicki plays their own role, and I'm not going to front and be something else that I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to talk about the conversation of female rap, and I'm not going to stop doing it just to get a position or some shit like that because I enjoy doing this, and I've been doing this so long without a cosign from Nicki Minaj or anything, so I don't need that. And honestly, to be honest with you guys, the only thing that I'm really passionate about is like for me, like I love to create music and I love music videos. I love like, I just love like the whole brainstorming of like, thoughts and shit with it. That's my shit. But other than that, I feel like she does everything perfect, you know? I think she does everything good already. I think she has a whole hold on, making sure her music doesn't leak. She knows what sounds that she wants to do. Maybe people could suggest, be like, you should do more pop. What if Nicki did a double disc and it was all pop on one and then she did a all? But I felt like she kind of did that already. She did kind of do that already. She did. What's up, Nisha? Let's see. Not the Breakfast Club. I would keep it a G with Nicki. No sugarcoat Imperia. Right. Honestly, Nicki should do a visual album like Beyonce self-titled, but Onika and put like HBO Max like Beyonce did with Lemonade. And that would be dope. Who knows what's in store? Nicki might come back in the Breakfast Club and do interviews. I see it happening. I don't think she really cares. And you know what I could tell with Nicki when I be watching her lives and stuff? If you could tell, I think Nicki loves bloggers and commentary. I really could tell. And I could tell that, what I hope with her is this, right? I hope in that world of being so huge that she has normalcy and she has people who she could talk. Because let me tell you something. I had to really think about this today. Without going into anything deep personal, sometimes you could start to think that you're being mean. And I know that I can be mean and ruthless and say mean shit with my mouth. But sometimes I feel like people don't be paying attention to certain shit either. And I do get mad and shit like that. But I feel like sometimes even as a regular person that you will start thinking that you're mean, where sometimes people do deserve to get cursed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like with Nicki, right? You know how they all lied on her and made it seem like she was this bitchy person? To be honest with you, as a fan and as a black man raised by a black woman who had to navigate and get through this world, I understand that my mother had to be aggressive sometimes. So I don't really care about how people are treated as far as like the business sense. Nicki has always loved and adored her, her fans. And that's what makes her who she is. I don't give a fuck about who, and this is what I'm saying. If you're a fan, what if she fire you? Like, then is that going to change your fan experience? I told y'all how I dealt with, y'all know I love Foxy, and me and her, I went through certain shit with her, and then she blocked me one time, and then when I had my other page and she followed, she didn't block me. We kind of talked, but I keep my distance. I want to keep it regular. And I think sometimes people don't realize that once you step into that realm, what if you have a disagreement? It could change how you feel about somebody. So I just think that people should tread with caution with that. It sounds amazing, but I'm telling you. So I said that to say about like, to say, what if you work for Nicki and then you do something that pisses her off and she'd be like, why the fuck did you do that? Then you'd be like, oh my God, Nicki said this to me. At the end of the day, you're a regular person, and sometimes you are going to say certain shit to people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my friends, I know for a fact that I be going hard on them, but sometimes I don't be feeling like they realize how they show up either. I don't be feeling like they understand how they show up in our friendship. So it's like, yeah, I know that I'm ruthless, but it's like, then it's just like, by me talking my shit, it's like, it's overlooked because I done went so fucking ham. You know what I'm saying? I done went so ham that it's like, it ain't even being looked at now because I spazzed. But I don't know. I say that to say that I think people should consider that. And you should also consider when you work for someone that the relationship is going to be different. It's definitely going to be different, because if you do something like, what if you post something or you do some dumb shit? I definitely, and for another reason why I don't trust this, I don't want to really, I'm not going to do that because I don't want nobody to be tight. But I would just say this. You don't truly know who's who behind these profiles. That's all I'm going to say. You don't really know who's who behind these profiles. A lot of the people who they went live or they got that, you know them. But I'm telling you, when it gets to Twitter and all of that, shit gets really crazy. People be running all different types of fan pages for different people. Oh, you know what? I have to believe I used Lil Nas X as the example on this photo. He's the prime example. He's the prime fucking example. And it's a lot of people that's like him. You got to be very fucking careful. very careful. Very careful. You know what I'm saying? And I see she likes some shit about that whole Selena shit. So she's aware of it. You just got to be very careful. Very scary. That's to me, that is. Because it's just like, what did Lil Nas X do to position himself to even be in the music industry? He's not great. And I don't give a fuck if you hearing this and you don't like it. He's not. It's nothing great about that shit. Nothing. Nothing. That motherfucker bragging like, oh, I'm the most listened to rapper. Listen, I don't know nobody who listens to that shit. Maybe y'all are, but I'm not listening to it. That shit is not real in my world at all. That shit ain't real. Lil Nas X going through identity crisis. Lil Nas X a plant. See, Sean, and I ain't want to come out and be rude like that. I feel like Nicki should give the Barbs, because Nicki is so seasoned. It's like she's on the 5th era. A lot of these girls, they couldn't even imagine doing this now because they still in. Nicki is literally comfortable. I think that it would be dope if she flew in fans and she could sit them like in a fucking board meeting room, and like, what if she like ordered lunch for everybody and did some fun ass shit and gave them merch and shit and was like, okay, I have an album I want to put out. I have 17 songs, but here's 22 songs. We need to X out 4 of the songs. Like, say even if she know the songs she's gonna X out, she made them feel like they was important. It was a whole day. You came to hang out in the office with Nicki. You got to brainstorm before the project. You can't bring your cell phone in. Nobody can have a cell phone, no recording. You got to be checked thoroughly. And you're gonna spend time in this fucking break room, in this board meeting room. You get to listen to music, and then after that's done, it's done. Like, I think that would be dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like, okay, we only releasing 16 songs, but, you know, say, you know, that's just an example. But, you know, we need to figure out the last 4 songs. So between these 4 songs, which song should I pick? And maybe people could vote on them and then maybe say why they could feel. It could be really some deep shit where people could get mad and maybe debate that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think that if she involved fans in that way, I think that would be beneficial. I think you should just tread lightly with involving people with careers because, and not to be shady in regards with Tay, right? Now, I never had like, a lot of people don't like Tay, but to me, I never had any issue with him. The only issue I had with him is when the whole Move Your Hip shit came out, and I felt like he tried to steal the attention because he didn't do Nicki's hair, and I felt like that was ugly, right? I don't like shit like that. Nicki, it was like when she said that, it made me realize that as a man, I've never navigated life like that. Like when she was just like, oh, you know, people will start to get to thinking that this is how business is done. Like, you know, they can't do your hair, so you can't work. I'm telling you, yo, my nigga, when I told y'all that story a few weeks ago about that guy that I work with the studio, we spoke after that, and I'm still gonna record with him. But at that day, when I hit you up at 8 in the morning, my nigga, you hit me back at like 7 or 9 at night. That's unacceptable. Was I supposed to just wait? My nigga, once that hour changed and it was like 9 a.m., I was already looking through the hashtags on Instagram looking for other studios. You got me fucked up. Nigga, I navigate. When I moved to the city, I found all different types of people who had weed just by doing different shit. Just looking. Like, I'm going to find what I'm going to find. I'm going to get it. Believe that. And a lot of times women, they don't navigate like that. They just be like, oh, they can't do it. And they just stuck. What taught me a lesson early on is I never forget is one of my friends, she was going to the prom like in fucking 99. And this girl was set to do her hair like on the day. And she canceled on her on the day of. She was like, you never have just one person for everything. Never. Never. Fuck that. Let's see. Oh shit, that was from earlier. Let's see. Centrell is good. It's good to be blunt. You have to, just can't lie. How you think that would be, Sean? I think that would be dope if Nicki flew in, like, say she flew in, I think 100 might be excessive. Maybe she flew in 20 fans, right? And she like, look, so you guys know I'm about to come out with my album. So, you know, we're going to have 17 songs, but I'm going to let you listen to 24. We need to figure out whatever. Like, you know, she going to have her set shit. This could even make people feel important when they really, you know, it's just probably really about just meeting Nicki, getting some merch, maybe ask her some questions or whatever. If she's going to include that, I feel like she could really do it on some personal shit like that. Keep business. I'm telling you, because see, it's different levels to different celebrities. You know, Nicki has a whole team that works and runs her shit. But when it came to, no, I don't want to do that. That's inappropriate. Because I did that in that video and I spoke about my experience. It ain't good to drag that, especially when you love people. I just know that I didn't want to ruin my fan experience with Foxy. So, and I don't think you guys would want to do that. I'm not saying that Nicki and Foxy are the same personality wise, because I know that they're not. It's a clip. I know that they not, and I know that if I know Nicki knows that Foxy probably could be spastic too. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like ruining my fan experience, but at the same time, I think that Foxy expected more from me. I think that she expected more from me, like as far as like, I don't know if she expected me to be starstruck, but I still love you. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying when I tell you that sometimes people don't like me, because I don't have, it's not that I want to be standoffish, but I'm not a dick sucker. I'm not. I'm not. Like, I will let you know that you the shit, but I'm not sucking your dick. We ain't doing all that. We don't have to do all that. Like, you know, I could support you and be supportive and all that, because I'm telling you, because then because I'm telling you, there were certain ways that I felt like if I was being talked to, that I didn't want that to fuck my fan experience up. Fuck that. When Touch Me, Tease Me come on, I want to feel it. I don't want to be like, oh no, I don't like this bitch. I don't know. No. Nope. Nah. I think she blocked me over live comments because I told her people all the time. She saw and said, oop, you a peasant. And she called. But what did you say? Who was she talking down on, though? Nicki wasn't talking down on nobody. I felt like that's what she wanted to choose the 100 fans for in the Twitter space a few weeks ago. Oh, okay. I think Tay be doing the fuck out of her hair, but she need to let him do just that. She be looking to Tay to help her. But you know what? You have to think about this, right? Tay is a vital role in her life. And to be honest with you, when you have a hairdresser and somebody let's keep this a buck, right? Tay kind of has to be, and not like has to be or whatever, but he spends a lot of time with her. She's about to be busy a lot. You know what I'm saying? They have to have some sort of organic friendship or something. It has to be. I'm telling you, there is no way that somebody could work in your head and be around you like that every day and you can't have a good relationship with them. You have to be. So I'm happy that, you know what, Nicki didn't fire him when things happen, because that showed that, you know, she can be understanding and shit like that, and they worked on it. But I'm pretty sure they've done a lot of work in that relationship to make sure that that never happens again. I'm pretty sure that did. Think about it. A hairstylist is really not just a hairstylist. That's a person and they not just combing your natural regular hair. He's fucking like doing her hair. Like, you got to have a relationship with somebody like that, I think on a consistent basis. She's constantly busy. He's constantly getting a check. You know what I'm saying? The cliche saying never. Oh, ladies, let me tell you this, right? And this is, I ain't trying to dog shit on nobody at all, right? But just imagine this in your mind. I'm always going to speak to ladies because I had so many female friends growing up, right? Imagine this, right? Now, I ain't trying to be funny, but the woman who lives across the hallway from me, right? I had an opportunity to speak with her when she was coming through the hallway one day, and she was pretty much telling me, like, in pretty much in short words, like, oh, like, you know, she just moved to the community, and she was like, you know, she made a bad decision because, you know, her child's father or whatever, she let him move in, and I guess he be like beating on her and then be cheating on her too, right? So I said, damn, that's crazy. I said, you know, well, I wish you the best, you know, good luck. You know, she just moved to the area. So today I'm leaving to go out my apartment earlier, right? And you would never believe this. I didn't know that this was this girl. This is why I say you never truly know people, right? Imagine yourself. I want you to look at this, and I don't give a fuck who you are, right? If this is all you have to offer, that means you ain't got shit to offer. This lady was in the hallway. I came out and I was locking my door. I seen the fucking luggage in the hallway, so I said, maybe she's going on a vacation or something. I was trying to be nice, and I was like, or maybe she putting this nigga out, right? So by the time I got done locking the door, he got outside and he was taking the suitcase, and she was like, no, I'm sorry. Please don't leave. I'm sorry. Please don't leave. Listen, let me tell you something. If you fucking with a nigga and all that nigga got is a suitcase to leave with, that's an issue right there. And that's why he got you. You the one with the apartment. This is crazy. I don't understand that shit. If all a nigga got is a suitcase to leave your house, what do you really... Not saying that that's all a person is worth, but come on. And you saying this nigga beat you, all that shit, cheating on you. I just don't understand it sometimes. I really be feeling bad for ladies sometimes. Real talk, like I really do. I really, really do. The ones got to, the real ones gonna stay by her side no matter what she does to the media. Yeah, yeah, I felt bad for her. So it's like, imagine you chasing somebody out of your apartment to bring them back into your fully furnished apartment. All they got is a suitcase. That already shows where your esteem is at. I feel so bad. Like, yo, man, it'd be the D. That's crazy. Yeah, I peeped it. They said that Nicki responded to the lawsuit. That's crazy. Like, you know that I try to stay away from that whole court case shit. So I'm glad that Nicki addressed it. I really hope that they drop that shit. I really do. Too many black men only own a garbage bag of clothes. That's what I'm saying. Creotia, you gotta really think about that shit. I really was like, yo, I would never want my nieces to be in this position to be like, yo, she's literally this nigga, yo. And you know what was crazy? He went back in the house after she begged him to come back in because I had to wait for the elevator because I think somebody was moving out or some shit or moving some furniture. But so I'm waiting and she's like, please, no, I'll stop. She even stopped on her. She said, I'll stop. Please, no, I'm sorry. I don't know if she went through his phone or some shit like that. But all the nigga had to leave your apartment with was a fucking suitcase and you fucking begging. Come on, man. Come on. I promise you, that's why I work hard being an entrepreneur because, like, I don't want my nieces to go through certain things. I just don't. I don't want them to ever feel like they gotta fuck with people for money or feel like they have to, do certain things. Shit is sad. And then the next thing you know, you fucking keep having babies by somebody who's fucking abusing you and you stuck. You stuck. I missed the whole thing because I just seen the notification. Yeah, I'm about to get up off it. I've been on here 40 minutes. So Destiny, the whole basis of the conversation is the red flags. I was saying people talking about that shit now. I look for red flags in everything. Red flags in everything. I'm telling you, by the way people say certain things. Like, shout out to that. Like, shout out to everybody. But that kid, I'm telling you, when Nicki was interviewing him and he was just like, oh, you were supposed to been do this. I'm telling you, it be those little entitlement things. And then I feel like people be seeing Tay and they be wanting like, oh, I want that look. I want to be in that thing around Nicki. Now, what if this was crazy? What if Nicki would hire you as a personal shopper, but that don't mean you get to meet her? Like, you send her the clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That could set a false expectation in thinking that you just gonna meet her all the time. I don't know, y'all. I have mixed emotions on it. I think that it would be amazing to hire people and be able to pay into the people who support you. I think that would be dope. But I feel like maybe just in ways where it really would just be, like, hey, like, what's your idea? Like, what should I do for this video? What do you guys think? Maybe you could, fly people out and listen to the song and without no cell phones or nothing like that. They ain't gonna hurt to let a few people listen to the song. Shit. Y'all know when videos be uploaded to YouTube, them shits be already having views because they be passing them around their team and shit like that. So they be knowing what a song sound like and all of that. So it's like, I would love to create video treatment. Like, I love that shit. Real talk. That's my shit. So, and I feel like that could be avoided where I wouldn't have to really be involved with, like, too much personally. I wouldn't want to be involved in business matters or nothing because that shit could go shady. What if then you find out, oh, what is this charge? It said that you went to this store and like, what's this other charge? Then you find out niggas is taking clothes and, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to be involved like that. I would want to be more in the creative process. I really wish she would have did that versus with Lil' Kim for the culture. That would have been dope for the culture. I think Kim just mentioned her for press though. Nicki needs a professional team. That's it. The fake ass Barbs too fickle. I don't think everybody is fickle though. I agree with you. The Barbs be feeling too entitled already because they think everybody is about an album or a documentary. She's a boss. She's a lot more than other things. That's why I'm saying it's a lot of people keeping a conversation open about like, oh, where's the freestyles, this and that and that. We literally just got a music video and a song last week. You need to be talking about running that shit up. You got to do it. I don't give a fuck how much annoyed people be when I be posting my shit on my community page. I always keep posting that shit because I feel like, listen, we all play a piece in the puzzle. We all do. So, it is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. Her husband, that's not our business. Let's see, man. If Gucci Man and Jeezy could have put it to the side, do a show. I know Kim and Nicki and Kim, but you know Kim is a different type of person, though. Wait, let me see what this person said. Yo, real talk. Yo, this person be really shocking me when they be making comments. I love Nicki, I really do. I'm a barber, but I wish she would have picked a different husband. I don't like Nicki attached to the past, but she's happy, so. And you got the nerve saying that your name is Onika Tanya Mirage. That's why I be saying this person be saying some crazy shit on my, when I be looking at my community tab, or I be getting comments, I be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, okay. Tell Kim to worry about Foxy. Nicki ain't in her time or league. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's a whole fact. So listen, y'all, I'm about to get up off of this shit. I just wanted to come and talk and ask people how they felt about that. And I used Lil Nas X picture just to give you an example of what a fan could really be. Like, we didn't know who the fuck he was, and he's on all of that stand shit. Like, come on, that shit is weird. Like, whose dick did you gulp to get to the position that you in right now? Like, who did you gulp? Because I'm confused. But anyway, I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of here. Listen, if you made it to the end of the video, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments if you feel like Nicki should hire Barbs. Like I said, it's dope to put anybody in a position to make money, but will it change their fan experience? Will it make people entitled? Will they feel like, oh, you know, I'm telling you, this shit get messy even when people have dancers, right? Say that, you know, Nicki got 20 dancers and then she only need 3 dancers. Are you going to be the type of person to be like, that bitch always flying, what's the name? That's why I like the fact that Beyonce, she designate that shit. Like Ashley, she is the lead dancer. So she's going to be in everything regardless. So people don't ever get that shit fucked up. She's going to be she's pretty much a part of everything from the way that I see it. No slurping for a record contract. Not gulp. Oh shit. Let's see, Nas Mirage. And that's exactly what we be talking about. Stay in a fan place. Don't worry about her motherfucking personal life. Yep. And that's how I'm telling you. I went through that when I was dealing with that with Foxy. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull back because there's so many people in these group chats. I used to hate it when my homeboy kept adding me to these Foxy Brown group chats. All these motherfuckers want to do is sit up all day and just talk shit and talk it. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be funny. That's why I'm telling you, I support everybody who do their own streaming parties and shit, but you just got to fit in and support the way that you want to support. If you want to create a playlist or if you want to, you know, host a party on Station Head, whatever, just make sure that you contribute if you support Nicki to make sure that, you know, that you do that. But everything ain't for me. Like, it's just not. And I'm not going to pretend. And I'm not going to put myself in places where if I don't really feel right about it. So it is what it is. Somebody said Esther. Yeah. So listen, y'all, I hope y'all have a nice Saturday evening. I might come back later and play some music if I choose not to go out, but I don't think I'm gonna go out though, cause I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Lil Nas X got caught up with the old tweets about Adele. He got exposed on Twitter. He tried kissing ass, and he's literally he's not. That boy ain't talented. I don't give a fuck what you think. That motherfucker is not talented. He don't spit. He's literally propped up in the industry from being in the right person's DMs and sucking a dick. I'm telling you, that's how that happened, motherfucker. You not great. You is not great. And based on the photo on the fucking thumbnail, you're not stunning either. So listen, this is your boy LaRon, female rap elite, and I'm up out of here.